Everyone, it's KIREI here for Hey Little Magpie, and I'm using the lovely travel-inspired Smiles for Miles collection by Bea Valint. And I've pulled out this really pretty floral pattern paper. It has the very descriptive name of Paper 3. So I really loved it, and I'm using some photos from a recent trip up to Yorkshire to visit family. My mum and dad have been over from Australia for the last 5 weeks, and we've been going around visiting family and doing all sorts of bits and pieces. So yeah, we've gone up to Yorkshire. My mum is actually was born in York, so yeah, it's she's obviously still got relatives there. So we went up there to visit family, and we went to their place actually, and they have the most beautiful garden. They grow vegetables, they have a tortoise, beautiful flowers. It's really, really lovely. So I felt that this floral paper really worked well for my photos. So I'm going to use the floral paper at the top of the layer, and then I'm going to have this sort of row of photos with one large photo, and then I'm just pulling in different elements of the ephemera pieces. So I've got elements from the ephemera pack, I've got pieces from the Paperie Pack, and I've got, what else have I got? I think, oh, I do use some foam stickers, but I use those afterwards. So yeah, so at the moment I'm just sort of pulling in all of these pieces, just having a play where they're going to go. Once I'm happy with them, then I can pull it all off again and start to get things stuck down. And I'm also using the July Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit. There's some lovely bits and pieces in there, and I always like to pull out the kit and just see what I can add into my layout. And for this one, I'm using those cute little fabric carrots. I've got the little sunflower charm, and what else do I use? Oh, I do bring in sequins as well later. So yeah, so the little embellishment kit is perfect for just adding those little extra touches. So yeah, and if you're interested, you can get that on a subscription so you don't miss out. And all the details are over on the website heylittlemagpie.com. Okay, so I have my pattern paper, and I'm just sticking down that down to the top. I just had to trim a little bit of the white card off because my pattern paper just must have, I don't know why, but didn't quite fit across the layout. Then I can add my photos. Now I've mounted my larger photo on one of the pattern papers. It's the paper one. It's the blue side. I just wanted to use that to sort of make it stand out from the background. But for the rest of the photos, I don't mount them, mainly because I wanted to get these 6 little photos across the layout. And if I started to add a mount, I wouldn't have got all of them across. It would have been too much. So yeah, so I'm just happy to leave them as they are. There is a little white border anyway that separates them from the background, so that works out fine. So I added foam pads at the top of my photos, and then I've stuck them down flat at the bottom, as you can see. Now, these are the pieces from the Paperie Pack. Now, these are really lightweight, so they're not cardstock. They're like a lightweight paper. So I should have really thought about that and stuck these on first before I stuck the large photo down. Anyway, it's okay. I can make it work, but it means I have to lift everything really up. And because they're quite lightweight, I just have to be a little bit more careful with them. But they work fine, and they're great for adding layers that don't add too much dimension to it, particularly if you like keeping your layouts a little flutter. I don't mind the dimension, but yeah, certainly these work really well if you want to add more layers without adding too much dimension. Okay, what's next? Okay, so I've got those behind. Stencils. So on the bottom, I've got the white cardstock, and I did feel like I needed to add something a little bit more here. So I've pulled in, it's one of the new Hey Little Magpie A5 stencils. It's called Small Confetti Hearts. And I'm just using Distress Oxide in Kicked Flamingo. And you might think I'm using pink. Why is that? Well, there were some elements in the ephemera and that in pink, and I thought, and there's some elements of my photo with a bit of pink in there too. So I thought I'd just bring in a little bit of pink as an additional colour, but not too much. So really just pops of pink. Hence why I'm doing the hearts in the pink. So you can see the remember tag is in a pink. The title I'm going to use is from using the Thickers Alphas, and they're in pinks as well. We've got those little heart strip there with pinks. There's some flowers in pink. So yeah, so I'm just adding some subtle touches of pink. It's not too much. The overwhelming colours are the yellow and the blues. Okay, this is actually a washi sort of sticker here, and there are a number of these in the Paperie Pack. And yeah, so they're really, really, again, lightweight. Now, these are also really good if you like doing like traveler's notebooks or journaling notebooks and things like that, because, of course, they're quite flat and they don't add too much. Dimension on a page, particularly when you're working in something like a traveler's notebook or even maybe a mini album. So I've added the hearts one in the washi tape, and then the pink flower is also one of the washi stickers as well. Now I've got these cute fabric carrots. They're really, really sweet. You might think, oh, well, what's carrots got to do with your layout? Well, as I said, I think earlier, we were at their second cousin's house, and they have a fabulous, huge garden, and she does grow lots of vegetables. So there is definitely a link there. But anyway, even if not, and it was just the garden, carrots grow in a garden, so that's fine. That's okay. So yeah. So I've got the carrots. I've got 4 of them there. There is a 5th one, and I will add that in a little later. So I'm just getting those stuck down, just making sure I'm happy. I've got some leaves and elements there. I really just wanted to sort of build this cluster up along the bottom of my photos. Then I've got the cluster above the large photo as well. Oh, here's this little acetate camera, though I do move that a little bit later on. And then I've got the butterfly at the top. What I do need to do at the top is add a little bit of pink in, which I will do, because I've only at the moment got the yellow and the blue, and I just need to make sure I've got the colour balanced. Now I've got these other coordinating thickers, and there are a few sort of icon elements in there. I'm just looking at this geotag if that works, but I don't end up using it. I did stick the little tiny yellow flower over on the left there. That's from this. And then there's also the little dots as well. So I'm adding a few of those in around my cluster too. So yeah, this it was actually I really love this thicker set because you've got the alpha in the pinks and the gold, but you've also got words, you've got little icons, you've got the dots, geotags, loads of bits and pieces. So they're really cool. Okay, foam stickers. So I've got the 12 by 12 foam stickers as well. And I've got the yellow bow, which I'm just going to tuck in there. So just moving those dots over a little bit. What else have I got here? The little leaves. I'm going to tuck those up on the left somewhere. A bit further, I think. Yeah, up there. And then I'm almost there, I think, with the foam stickers. Oh, there you see, bringing in a little bit of pink there. Okay, here we go. And I've brought in some more pink flowers up on the top left as well. Okay, this is the cute sunflower charm in the yellow. So I thought, and this is from the embellishment kit. So, and I thought, because I'm working with yellows, this is perfect. The twine I'm using is also from the embellishment kit in the yellow. It comes with, there's a red as well. So I'm just basically stitching my charm on. I'm just stitching it through with a double stitch and then just tying it off at the back. And then that, so I still get, there's a bit of dangle there, so a bit of movement. You could stick it down with a glue dot or, strong glue if you prefer it to be, to be set in place. Okay. Oh, there's that little pink heart. I'm just deciding I'll get it in over on the left there, get a bit more pink over there. And we're nearly there. Okay, title. Now this is the bit I have to confess, I struggle with a bit. I wished I'd thought about my title previously because I do add it up here where I am now, but I do move the camera actually. You see that in just a moment. But because it's quite small, it does blend in a little bit, and it's fine. And when I look at the layout next to me, it is absolutely okay. But I wished I'd maybe figured out where I was going to put it, and I'd have added it down on the white somewhere. But anyway, that is okay. Right, bringing in some of the sequins from the embellishment kit. So I'm just adding those in and around the cluster, my embellishment clusters. I picked out the pink. There's a stripy sort of pinky red, and then there is a green, and I'm just adding those in. And there we go. There's the final layout. I've added my journaling, and I did actually add some gold splatters as well. Oh, and a couple of enamel dots. They're the little hearts from the coordinating enamel dots. I've just added a couple of those in. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching the process video, and I will see you again in my next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.